Hi everyone. Some of you know me already. I don't tend to post a lot, but anyway, it's time to get out there a bit. Many of you know me because I wrote this book, or put it together, I ought to say, I think really, because I do stand on the shoulders of giants. And as you may know, this is the 4th edition, it looks very slightly different from some of the 4th edition, but this is the 4th edition, and it's myths and facts. You can see that, myths and facts, and my hallmark is, with this one in particular, big text and big print and lots of pictures and graphs. So it's very, very simple. In fact, a dear friend was just telling me that her 10-year-old was reading it and was interested in it just now, actually. So many of you know me for that. And then a few weeks ago, I've been busy since then, but a few weeks ago, I put together this one. Now, the last book, this one, is really a warning. That is to say, this is probably not a good idea, and this is why. And there's loads and loads and loads of references back to that you can find on my website, which I'll mention later on. So loads of references, many of them to the individual studies, to the original studies in that one. Now this one, Detox After COVID and Thrive, this one is, oh heck, now what, as much as anything. And it's obviously not only COVID, because we do know people who were really sick at that time without having got any jabs. But predominantly it's for how to get over what has happened to us, or what has been done to us. This one is really, yes, like I say, oh heck, now what? So this book is a simpler book. It's in black and white because this situation is developing so fast that even in 2024, it's a really new topic, but there's lots of help out there now. And again, what I've done with this is to bring everything together into a little package that you can hand over to someone who may not be so aware of their health and other things as maybe some of us are. So, and I'll read out actually what this book will do to you, because some people are desperate for this information and are not getting it from mainstream sources, but really need to know that in many cases, not all, there are no guarantees in this situation, but in many cases there's somewhere to go for real help. So this will give you some simple things you can do to detox and build up your health. Those are general things. Show you when you need a practitioner. Show you how to find a good practitioner. And that may not be a doctor, it may be a naturopath, or unless it's a very special holistic doctor. List supplement treatment protocols and tests you might ask your practitioner about. There's a lot of substances that we didn't really know a lot about, including normal vitamins and minerals, but also things like ivermectin and hydroxychloroquine and nattokinase that have become more familiar to us, that people might not know what they do and where they fit in, and this is to give a background for all of that. Point you into the direction of independent medical studies at the leading edge of COVID treatment research. I've got 9 websites in here that are basically at the leading edge of this research. So if there's anything new that comes up, these are the places that you're likely to find it. So there's a lot of starter points in here. I'm great on starter points. And in fact, one of the things that I say in here is that it's like a life belt, this book, really. All we can do really is throw you a life belt and point you in the direction of the shore. And that's what this book is about. It gives, now also, I did this in conjunction with a naturopath who worked with me on it and mentored me on it. I'm not going to mention her name here, but she's in here. And also, apart from the 9 websites, I've got 10 successful protocols of, not protocols, I mean case histories from Australian naturopaths who have had a great success actually with people after the treatments. I mean, some of these people were really in dire straits, and really, you know, not able to get out of bed, some of them. It was as in young people, not able to drag themselves around. And anyway, this also might be of interest to practitioners. And if you take this to a practitioner, you know, they really should be either familiar with it or interested in it, because there are so many starter points and because this is a rapidly moving situation, and hopefully give you real hope for the future. That is really the main thing. So the icing on the cake, or not only the icing, the main cake was the case histories, and they were mostly done before the McCullough protocol came out. The McCullough protocols are working, the base protocols, if anybody's aware of those. I can say that outright. So, you know, the future is not as bad as we thought it might be a couple of years ago. So there we go, Detox After COVID and Thrive. And if you're in Australia, you can get that from www.inhousebookstore.com.au. If I'm very clever, I'll put this underneath. Very clever for me. And it's also on Amazon Kindle. So you can get it internationally. If you know somebody overseas, that is a great thing to send them the link to that they can find under that. And if anybody knows, you know, it has ordered this book in any way or seen it, please give a reference. References on Amazon are so important, and if you can give me a reference, that'll be fabulous. I don't have the other book on Amazon yet, but I've prepared it over the years to go onto Amazon, and fingers crossed it'll be there soon. But these are both tools that you can use. Oh, now then, all the links and references are on my website, which is lightofTruths.net. So all the links are live there, and that's the same website as it was, you know, if you had a 3rd edition, you know, that's still there. So that's it, the 3 places. I think you can also order the books from there as well. That's it for now, and I'll just, now then, also a bit later on, I'm going to do another recording, which is about the fact that I'm coming up the coast in my motorhome. As many of you know, that I lived by choice in a motorhome for 7 years actually. So I'm heading up the coast, and I've got lots of connections and friends up the coast. But yes, look out for that, because obviously I'm going to be promoting these books. And then somewhere along the way, I did another little book, which is a children's book. which funnily enough sort of connects really well with that, because it's sort of the rudiments of, you know, good living and being healthy and all of that sort of thing. So let's find a nice thing. Oh yes, there we go. There's a typical page. The best thing we can do or say is to look for good things on the way. So there's it's a really nice little book that will appeal to some people, and yes, so there we go. That's in there as well. I've got quite a little connection now. It's amazing, you know, like, oh gosh, I must be an author. So anyway, there we go. There's the warning and the oh heck now what, and welcome Earthling. And I thank you. I'm not naming them, but I'm so grateful for the people who've helped me with this. I will name Nadine Sisterson, and then my beautiful naturopaths who that you know, that is so amazing what they were able to share with me, yes, and anyone else who may be involved. And I look forward to meeting so many people on my way up the coast. So the next clip will have more details on that. Okay, cheers, bye.